Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Once upon a time there was a little girl called Goldilocks. She lived with her father and mother in a small wooden house near the forest. Goldilocks' parents always told her not to go into the forest deep and she might get lost in it too. But Goldilocks was a very curious little girl, and once she really got lost in that deep forest. She walked among the tall trees looking for a way home until she came to a small wooden house with an open door. Goldilocks was afraid at first and looked around to see if there was someone lurking somewhere. Finally, she mustered up the courage to look in through the window. When she didn't see anyone, she went into the house to see who it belonged to. 3 live-very bears in the house, that were in the forest right now. Papa Bear, Mama Bear and Little Baby Bear. There were 2 rooms in the house. One room was the dining room and the other room was the bedroom. In the dining room, Goldilocks saw 3 bowls of porridge on the table. The big bowl belonged to Daddy Bear. The smaller one belonged to the Mother Bear and the smallest belonged to the Little Baby Bear. Next to each bowl was a spoon. One was big, the second smaller and the third, Baby Bear's, was the smallest. Goldilocks tasted the porridge from each bowl, but she liked the one in the small bowl best. Because she was hungry, all the porridge she ate from the small bowl. Then she wanted to sit down. She saw 3 chairs at the table. One chair was big. She belonged to Daddy Bear. The other one was a little smaller. It belonged to Mama Bear. The third, Baby Bear's, was just right for Goldilocks. Goldilocks first sat down in a high chair, but she pushed her. Then she sat on the smaller one, but she also pushed her. So she sat down on the smallest chair and immediately it fit her well. But she started to sway. The chair broke under her and Goldilocks fell. Then she left to look in the other room and there she saw 3 beds. The big one, Daddy Bear's, the middle one, Mother Bear's, and a little one that belonged to a baby bear. It was where Goldilocks slept best. She covered up with a baby bear's duvet and fell asleep. As soon as the bears came home, they immediately knew that someone had been in their house. "Who ate from my bowl?" roared Papa Bear. "And who ate from my bowl?" shouted Mama Bear. "And who ate all my porridge?" grunted the baby bear in a thin voice. Then Papa Bear saw someone push his chair away and shouted in a loud voice, "Who did push my chair away?" Mama Bear also recognized that someone had moved her chair and grunted in a softer voice than Daddy Bear, "Who sat on my chair and knocked it over?" But the little baby bear was already shouting in a weak voice, "Who sat on my chair and broke it?" Then the bears went to the other room. "Who lay in my bed and scattered it?" growled Daddy Bear. "And who rolled over my bed?" grumbled Mama Bear angrily. Baby Bear wanted to crawl into his crib but saw Goldilocks in it. "Who's that lying in my bed?" he squealed in a thin voice. "Here she is, we'll catch her," he shouted, going to bite Goldilocks. But Goldilocks woke up, saw the bears and wanted to run away. "What were you doing here? Did you want to steal honey?" Papa Bear stood in her way. "Honey is fine," said Mama Bear, and Goldilocks hurriedly explained that she got lost in the forest, was hungry and wanted to rest. Well, we won't be mad at you," Papa Bear forgave her. "And what about my eaten porridge?" reminded the baby bear. "At least you'll taste better tomorrow," Mama Bear retorted. "Because of that, after all, we will not be angry." Goldilocks felt sorry for the little baby bear and said to him, "Come, we will play." When Goldilocks and the little baby bear finished the game of hide and seek, the bears showed her the way to the edge of the forest, from where she could easily hit home. There, her father and mother were impatiently waiting for her.